Jiro here for Umbra Games, and a review of the Deadpool game from 2013, developed by High Moon Studios and published by Activision, and played by me on PlayStation 3. I'll admit most of what I know about comics doesn't come from the comics themselves, but from listening to friends and doing some internet research. I remember after Deadpool's horrible appearance in X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, I read everything I could find, except the comics, about Deadpool. He's had several appearances in other random Marvel games, and then with the movie starring Ryan Reynolds that came out this year, I figured it was time to finally give it a go. Now, if you enjoyed the humor and violence of the R-rated Deadpool movie, then you will get a kick out of this game. Wade Wilson is crass and hilarious, and in this game we get to see into his mind as he converses with two other personalities in his head, one that is screwballs and one that is, well, slightly less screwballs. Deadpool takes a contract, being a mercenary and all, to hunt down a media mogul for reasons I'm not actually quite sure, but he's a hired assassin, so why do we need a reason? After chasing him down for a few levels through a corporate office and some sewers, some things happened, which I'll reserve due to spoilers, and gets Deadpool to chase after an attempt to kill Sinister, or Mr. Sinister as he's known sometimes. Deadpool's not the only one after Sinister, as Deadpool hitches a ride with Wolverine, Rogue, Domino, and Psylocke from the X-Men to the island of Genosha, where he encounters Cable, all in a race to defeat Sinister first. For those that don't know, Cable did have some comics with Deadpool, thus the joke after the credits of the movie, and also his appearance in this game, are relevant. Deadpool begins the game with access to his twin katanas and pistols. Killing foes gives you Deadpool points, which you can use to unlock new weapons, including size and 20-pound hammers, submachine guns, shotguns, and pulse rifles. In order to upgrade each weapon, you must use it to kill a specific number of enemies, and then purchase the upgrade with your points. There are also some throwable items like some flashbangs and grenades and bear traps. Yeah. Deadpool has a light and heavy attack and can do various combinations of the two for more hits and liquidous combos. There's a counter-attack button that will appear above a charging enemy's head, which can be clicked to keep that smooth combination going. The longer you can go without taking a hit, bullets don't count, the higher the combo meter goes, giving more Deadpool points as a reward. All in all, fairly standard stuff. Now what's not standard, of course, is Deadpool's habit of breaking the fourth wall. The game only starts because Deadpool has threatened High Moon Studios into creating a game for him, and the action begins when you're done playing with his junk and answer the door to receive the script, delivered to Deadpool's apartment. There are constant jokes about going over budget, frequent phone calls from High Moon Studio president Peter Della Penna, and of course Deadpool's call to Nolan North to hire him to do the voice of Deadpool in the game, which he does a fantastic job. I mean, he's no Ryan Reynolds, but he does a fabulous job nonetheless. Please keep in mind there's a ton of crude humor of the sexual nature and about various body parts of both genders, and a decent amount of foul language on top of copious amounts of blood. This game is rated M for mature, and it definitely earns it. Deadpool's crazy healing factor actually makes the hide and cover mechanic of most modern shooters make sense, as he just needs time for the skin to close back up before taking more punishment. It's also pretty nifty the way his outfit will get destroyed and you can see his mangled body underneath. There are a few very short, simple stealth sections with some overly exaggerated kills, but don't worry, if you hate stealth, it's over in, 25 seconds, assuming you do it correctly, and the comedic value makes it worth the effort. There are also a couple of turret sections, both zany and bloody. Overall, though, unfortunately, I can't quite say play Deadpool for the gameplay. The button mashing gets repetitive after the first hour or so, and even as you unlock new weapons, you're repeating many of the same button patterns. There were 3 or 4 times it got especially frustrating being overwhelmed by a ton of enemies at once, multiplied by the fact that the dodge, teleport, and counter-attack were the same button, so if you need to exit from a situation and someone decides to attack you then you go right back into the fray. There are 3 or 4 environments total in the 6 to 7 hours of gameplay, and most are browns and grays, and all start to feel overly long. But man, the humor. I laughed out loud a lot, and quietly to myself even more, than any other video game I've ever played. As mentioned, a lot of the humor is crude, but it is well in line with everything I know of and have seen of Deadpool. I mean, come on, even the first few minutes of X-Men Origins Wolverine were enjoyable before it just all went wrong. But now that the game has been re-released in an HD upgrade on PS4, Xbox One, and Steam, I'd definitely say if you could snag it for around the $20 mark or less, you should give it a shot. Deadpool is a 3D hack-and-slash game, and rated as such lands at a 56 out of 100. This is Jiro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching.
Hey, look at that, buddy. Ever seen anything like that was still white?
Really?